Today I'm matching fragrances to horror villains, and some of these are disturbingly accurate. One of these at the end was so perfect that when I realized it, it actually creeped me out. But with that out of the way, let's get straight into the list. And let's start with the most obvious pairing in fragrance history. This is Tom Ford's Ombre Leather meets Leatherface. I mean, come on, it's literally in the name. But just wait, these are gonna get more diabolical as we move on. This has cardamom, spice, black leather, and jasmine finished with patchouli. It also has a little bit of smokiness, you know, like a chainsaw left running. And it smells like genuine leatherworking. And Leatherface is a leatherworker too, technically, but his work, not exactly arts and crafts. But he only uses organic leather, if you know what I mean. Now there are some differences. This smells divine, and I would imagine the inside of Leatherface's mask, not so much. He's always licking his lips. Ugh. And this one doesn't try to impress, it overpowers you. And that's Leatherface. He'll pick your ass up and put you on a meat hook. This is pretty much the most fun you can have without a chainsaw. But if you're on a budget and you want something that's super affordable, you could go with Offnon's Rare Carbon. It's a really close clone and it smells terrific. Now let's slam that big metal door and let's move on to the next fragrance. Alrighty, King of Kings Anarchy Renegade. This is the Leprechaun from the Leprechaun movies. And I'm talking about the terrifying ones, not the Lucky Charms guy. And this is inspired by Lorenzo Pizzaglia's Summer Hammer. But touch his gold and the Leprechaun's bringing the real hammer. Trust me, your shins are in real danger. And he's not above biting toes either. Take a look at this bottle. Bright green with gold trim. It's not subtle, it's literally the Leprechaun's outfit. This bottle looks like it should come with a pot of gold and the pissed off Irishman. If subtlety is your thing, this is not your thing. This is kicking down doors demanding your gold energy. And the fragrance itself, it's bold and in your face. It's a massive tropical fruit bomb, passion fruit, mango, papaya, bright golden and completely unhinged. And when you first spray this, it's like someone threw a fruit basket into your face. It's sweet, it's juicy, it's aggressive. The Leprechaun is obsessed with gold. He's crazy, he's unpredictable, and he'll murder you over a single coin. And Anarchy Renegade has that same energy. It's loud and in your face, like a tropical smoothie that chose violence. Try as they will and try as they might, who steals my gold won't live through the night. And this fragrance is the gold. English Laundry Oxford Blue is Hannibal Lecter. It's a diabolical killer hiding behind the mask of an English gentleman. Hannibal Lecter doesn't chase you with a chainsaw, he serves you a Michelin-starred dinner. And the main course, well, let's just say it rhymes with Schumann. So Oxford Blue smells like a more grown-up version of Versace Eros. Now this is a loud, clubbing party fragrance, whereas they've taken the DNA here and they've matured it and made it more office appropriate. Oxford Blue opens with cooling mint and green apple, literally cold. Then you get powdery iris and geranium in the heart. The base is smooth sandalwood and vanilla. It's balanced, smooth, and calculated. Oxford Blue is that guy at the dinner party who's charming and polite and remembers everything you said to him. You leave thinking, wow, what a nice guy. Meanwhile, he studied you and figured out exactly how to destroy you. Charm is his weapon. Now the performance is just okay on this, but it's a trade-off because the price is only $20. You know, quid pro quo. I wish we could chat about this longer, but I'm having an old friend for dinner. Barara King is Chucky from Child's Play. And this one's perfect on so many levels. This one is a clone of Xerjoff's Herba Pura, which runs over $300. This one is about $60. Now this one looks innocent, sweet, and affordable, but it's really a killer and it outperforms a lot of more expensive fragrances. You get sweet orange, bergamot, and a blast of sugary fruits up front. But unlike Herba Pura, Barara King has a more masculine amber and white musk. It smells playful, it smells fun, and then it fills an entire room and refuses to leave. That's Chucky, small package with a violent personality. Chucky is what, like 2 foot tall? He's a doll, he looks ridiculous, and that's why he's so dangerous, because you never see him coming. By the time you realize you're in danger, he's already got a knife in his hand. And Barara King is the same way. You look at it and you go, well, it's cheap, it's just another clone. And then you spray it on and realize the projection, the compliments, the performance. This thing is insane and it actually outperforms fragrances that cost 10 times as much. This looks like it should be a harmless toy, but then you spray it, and this is the end, friend. French Avenue Black Friday. This is Count Orlock from Nosferatu. Before we even get into how this smells, just take a look at this bottle. The matte black, the snake around the neck with the glowing red eyes. This is darkness. Count Orlock is not the charming vampire like in the Twilight series. He's rat-like, he brings plague, he lurks in the shadows. Remember that scene where he showed up at 3 a.m. knocking on the window, looking like a damn corpse? Yeah, that's the vibe. So the notes are saffron, cinnamon, and apple on top, leather and rose in the middle, patchouli, moss, papyrus, and musk at the base. Here's what happens when you actually wear this. It starts off kind of spicy, almost sweet, but then it starts to change and goes dark. You get raw, smoky leather, heavy earth from moss and patchouli that smells like a damp stone crypt or an old abandoned castle. And performance-wise, this thing is a beast. 8+ hours. Spray it on once and you're stuck with it. Black Friday is weird, dark, and intense. But if you want to smell like an 800-year-old vampire lurking in a dingy old castle, this is it. My advice? Stay away from the windows. Oh, and maybe sleep with the lights on. And I know I'm breaking my own rules here, but Lattafa Assad Elixir is Darth Vader. And I know he's not a horror villain, he's actually sci-fi. But trust me, he's just as terrifying as anybody on this list. His mechanical breathing is creepy enough, but he also force chokes people from across the room and cuts them in half with lightsabers. That's terrifying, it just happens to be in space. Just look at this bottle all blacked out with black shiny trim. It literally looks like Vader's armor. Assad is in all caps. It stands for a Sith all day, because once he enters the room, it's already game over. So the notes are grapefruit, pink pepper, and saffron on top. The middle is tobacco, cedarwood, vanilla. The base is frankincense, amber, patchouli, and cashmere. What I like about this is it opens very bright. You have citrus with a little bit of spice. That's Anakin, right? The hero, the Jedi. But then it starts to go dark. You get that smoky, earthy tobacco. You get that frankincense. And all of that is sort of like Vader energy. That smoke and tobacco, that's Anakin standing on the edge of that lava river. That's the exact moment that Anakin left and Darth Vader took his place. And that frankincense, that's ritualistic. Think about it, he's not just a bad guy, he's a dark lord. Performance-wise, this thing is a beast. It fills the room and lasts forever. It's sophisticated but brutal at the same time. This isn't a friendly scent, it's commanding, it takes over. So yeah, Vader's not horror, he's sci-fi, but he's a nightmare nonetheless. And this fragrance gets it exactly right. And by the way, I find your lack of faith disturbing. So Rift's Season Rise is a Stronger With You clone. And I'm comparing it to Sam from Trick or Treat, the spirit of Halloween himself. And Sam is that little boy in the burlap sack and the orange pajamas. And he looks innocent enough, right? He's just a trick-or-treater. Wrong. He's the enforcer of Halloween traditions. If you break the rules, blow out a jack-o'-lantern too early, fail to hand out candy, or disrespect the holiday in any way, he's like the Halloween police, except instead of a ticket, you'll get a lollipop to the face, and not the fun kind. The notes are nutmeg, pink pepper, and orange blossom on top. The heart is caramel, toffee, and cinnamon. The base is vanilla bean, amber, and praline. This fragrance smells like Halloween. Caramel, toffee, praline, that's basically a Halloween bag of candy. And then you have the spices like nutmeg and cinnamon. That's like a pumpkin spice latte or whatever, right? Like fall spices. So this smells sweet, warm, and cozy. But like Sam, it's not as innocent as it seems. Because of the spices, it has a little bit of bite to it. So Sam looks harmless, cute kid with a lollipop. But break the rules and that burlap sack is coming off. And I promise you what's underneath is not cute. It's a damn mutant pumpkin head or something. And this fragrance is the same way. It's sweet and inviting on top, but it's got a spicy kick to it underneath. And this will keep performing long after you've called it a night. So remember, always check your candy. And Mancera's red tobacco is Freddy Krueger. You got the deep red bottle, that's his signature color. The black and red represents his black and red sweater, and the gold represents his bladed glove. This is Freddy. Freddy Krueger haunts you in your nightmares. and everybody has to sleep. So if you remember, half of the movie was people trying to stay awake to just delay the inevitable. The notes are cinnamon, saffron, nutmeg, frankincense up top. The heart is patchouli, and the base is tobacco, amber, vanilla, woods, vetiver, and musk. When you first spray this, it hits you hard. It's harsh, almost medicinal. And that's the nightmare starting. That's Freddy Krueger's burned figure appearing in your dream. But then it slowly starts to transform. You get all these warm spices, cinnamon, saffron, nutmeg. That's fire, that's heat. That's the boiler room where Freddy Krueger drags you to kill you. And then comes that deep, rich, smoky tobacco. The boiler room is filled with smoky, steaming pipes. That's the whole atmosphere. But here's what's brilliant. The dry down goes sweet. Creamy vanilla, warm amber, and that's the more playful side of Freddy. Don't forget, he's not just a monster, he's also theatrical. Remember, welcome to prime time, bitch. He enjoys this. And the performance on this is insane. You spray it on, 10 plus hours later, it's still there. It's on clothes for days. Monster performance. My wife hates this stuff. Her nightmare would be if I wore this to bed. Don't think I wouldn't. And off on 9 p.m. is Megan, the killer AI robot doll. And this is a clone of Jean-Paul Gaultier's Ultramale, which, fittingly enough, was formulated in a lab to be mass appealing. And Megan is a robot doll designed to be a perfect companion for kids. She's fun, she's playful, she sings and dances, she's loving too. That is, until she decides that you're a threat and you must be eliminated. The notes are green apple, cinnamon, lavender, vanilla, and tonka bean. So this fragrance is loud and super sweet. You get that green apple, you get that bubblegum sweetness, you get a thick vanilla. It smells like a party. Safe, fun, all the things the Megan doll is supposed to be. A perfect toy. And here's why the comparison is perfect. Because 9 p.m. smells synthetic, artificial. It's very linear. The scent doesn't change, it's just that same sugary sweetness from the first spray all the way to the dry down. It smells like it was basically engineered in a lab to be mass appealing. And that's the thing about Megan. She's programmed in a lab to be perfect. She is perfect. But the more you're around her, the more you start to see that there's nothing real about her. She's completely synthetic. And that's where it starts to get really creepy. And this fragrance is the same. At first you just think it's sweet and fun, but the more you wear it, you start to think, wait, this is too sweet. It's too consistent. There's something off about this. Performance-wise, this thing projects. Everyone around you is going to smell it. It's like Megan's viral catchy dance. It's everywhere and you can't get it out of your head even if you wanted to. And finally, Game of Spades Rouge is Pennywise the dancing clown. And buckle up because this is the best pairing in the video yet. This is a BR540 clone. Rouge means red, and red is Pennywise. Red nose, red balloons, red hair, and look at this shiny red bottle. Anybody want a balloon? The notes are jasmine, lavender, and bergamot on top, amberwood and ambergris in the heart, woody notes and musk in the base. Now this smells like cotton candy, and cotton candy means circus, and circus means clowns. And some people say that with this fragrance they get the smell of a latex glove. You know what else is made of latex? Balloons. It pulls you in with sweetness, then slowly turns darker and heavier. And before you realize it, you're already floating. But here's where it gets even better. That burnt sugar note. Sugar is supposed to be sweet, but that burnt sugar lets you know something is wrong. Just like Pennywise. He's a clown, he has balloons, he's friendly, until you realize he's a shape-shifting demon who lives in the sewers and feeds on fear. And, well, children. And Game of Spades Rouge is the same way. It's beautiful, it's sweet, and it's inviting until you get that burnt sugar accord and that metallic note that lets you know that something's not right. This fragrance is dangerous. And it gets even weirder. The dry down has musky woody notes that smell like a damp sewer where Pennywise lives. This fragrance is known for having a notable metallic accord. You know what else is known for having a notable metallic accord? Blood. Welcome to the Losers Club. So there you have it, 10 fragrances and 10 horror villains. Let me know down in the comments which pairing was your favorite. And if I got any of these wrong, I want to hear your takes. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And if you want to see a part 2, let me know down in the comments. There's a lot more horror villains we can match. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.